Hey, welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic. And in this video, I'm going to show you the top 3 reasons why your older style Frigidaire washing machine is not draining. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. Right, so here is the washing machine in question. It's a Frigidaire Gallery machine. Anyways, I'm going to cover the top 3 reasons why this thing is not draining. Starting with reason number 1, which is that there's a clog somewhere in the system. I'm going to show you the main areas where clogs typically happen on these sort of machines. First thing we're going to do is we'll be taking off this panel right here. And to do that, we do need to first undo these 2 screws. So there's one down here, and then there's also another down there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get this scraper tool right here and stick it in about 2 or 3 inches from the edge of the washer and just pop up the top, and this whole panel should come right off. So this is what I was talking about. There's a clip around right here, so I'm going to push that in while I pull up at the same time. I'm going to do that same thing for both sides. There we go. Now what we need to do to get this thing off is kind of lift up, and I should push down, and then come right out. So let's push down, not lift up. Alright, before I get to where the clogs are most likely to happen on this machine, people often ask me on these sort of no drain issue videos is, what do we do with the water that's already in the tub? Well, there's 2 main things you could do. You could just go to Harbor Freight and get one of these hose clamps and just stick it onto a hose on the outlet side of the tub. That's if your clog is downstream of that particular point, I should say. But the more simple thing you could do is you could just lower the drain hose right here into a bucket or pan that's below the level of the tub, and that should also help drain out most of the water, but also be prepared with towels, and it's going to get a little bit messy. Alright, so coming back to the washer, let's cover some of the points that are most likely to get clogged. Starting with the outlet of the tub, which is right here. And this is a common point where something like a child's sock can get stuck at. And so what I recommend doing is just going ahead and getting some pliers and squeezing those tabs together and pulling that clamp down, and then just pulling this tub or this hose off. Alright, so we got that hose loose right here, and in our case it's clear of any sort of major debris that would cause the tub to not drain. So now we can move on to the second point of contention, or the second point that's most likely to get clogged, and that's at the pump itself. Now to do that, it's best demonstrated if we just remove the pump from the system. So all we got to do is take this connector off, and then there's 2 screws that hold it in, so one on this end, and the other one is, if I can squeeze my camera back here, right there on this end right there. So that's the other screw. Once we remove that, we'll take the 2 hoses off the pump and take a look at that. Alright, so with the pump pretty much disassembled, it's being held on by this zip tie here. I should say the wire is being held on, the connector is being held on by zip tie, but here we have the inlet of the pump and the outlet, so you can inspect that to see if it's clogged. Right there, you can also inspect the inlet hose and also the outlet hose. In this case, everything is good to go. So now that leaves us with pretty much just two possibilities left. We've eliminated the possibility that's a clog, and so either it's the pump itself that's failed electrically or mechanically, or the third one is that the timer is bad. Now, how do we differentiate the two between a failed pump and a bad timer? Well, we can do that with one simple test. And that's basically what we're going to do is we're going to put this machine into the spin mode, and at the same time we're going to measure to see if we're getting 120 volts at this outlet, or at this plug I should say. If we are getting 120 volts, that tells us that the timer is doing its job and that it's sending 120 volts to the plug, and it's actually the pump that's bad. And if we're not getting 120 volts, then it's the then it's the timer that's not doing its job and not sending the correct voltage to the pump, and the timer needs to be replaced. So let me do a quick demonstration of that, and we'll have this thing up and running soon. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our multimeter and set it to AC voltage, which is V with the squiggly line, and then I'm going to just jam the leads into the plug right here. It doesn't really matter the orientation because this is AC voltage, so the red could be anywhere and the black could be anywhere. Okay, so once we got those, let's go up to the washing machine timer. The timer, I just put the machine to this power spin mode. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn it on, and as we're going to come back down to our multimeter, and we see that we're reading 120 volts going to the pump. That tells us that the timer is doing its job, and it's actually the pump that's bad, and it just needs to be replaced. There we go, 120 volts. The machine is off now. I went ahead and just stopped the cycle, so it's safe to go ahead and just undo those connectors right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a part number for this pump, so you should be able to just click on either the link in the description or the pop-up link that's going to come up around now in the video, so that will get you to the correct pump. You can just click on that and it'll take you there. You don't have to search for anything on the internet. I get that a lot. That's one of the most common questions I get is, can you post a part number, or a link I should say. Anyways, what I'm going to do is, since I don't have one of these on hand myself, I'm just going to put the bad one back in just for demonstration purposes, just to show you how everything goes back together, and then seal this thing up. And that's how you replace the pump. And more importantly, that's how you figure out why your Frigidaire older style washing machine is not draining. Obviously, when you install the new pump, there's really no way around it. You're gonna have to cut this old zip tie off. It's no big deal. It's just hold this wire back. So what I like to do is I like to go ahead and install the hoses first, and then install the pump into place. Now the only thing left to do is go ahead and put this panel back on. And the easiest way to do it is to go ahead and put these clips into the slots right here, and then put the top down on top of it, then put the screws in on the bottom. So a bonus reason I'll just throw out there in this video is that you have a bad lid switch. The reason I didn't put that in the main reasons that your washer is not draining is because if you have a bad lid switch, it's just going to fill with water and it's not going to do anything else. Like for example, right now it's agitating / washing your clothes. If your lid switch is bad, it's not going to do that either. So it'll look like it's not draining, but in reality it hasn't done anything, and it hasn't really moved past where you started it up. It's just filled up with water and it's just sitting there. So that's why I left it out, but I will go ahead and add that to the end of this video, just in case if you find yourself with a washer full of water and the timer is still at the same location as you started it.